Explosive moments in court, and it started on day one, right out of the gate in opening statements.
Punks. These they always get away. Those were the words in that man's chest when he got out of his car, armed with a fully loaded semi-automatic pistol and 2 flashlights, to follow on foot Trayvon Benjamin Martin, who was walking home from a 7-Eleven, armed with 23 ounces of Arizona brand fruit juice and a small bag of Skittles candies.
Knock, knock. Who's there? George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman, who? All right, good. You're on the jury. Nothing? That's funny.
A lot of people didn't find it funny, and defense attorney Don West ended up apologizing later. Other key moments? Testimony from neighbors who witnessed part of the fight and called 911. We heard screaming in the background and the gunshot that ended Trayvon Martin's life.
I can't see him. I don't want to go out there. I don't know what's going on. So they're sending him.
So you think he's yelling help?
Yes.
All right, what is your phone number?
There's gunshots.
There's 2 guys in the backyard with flashlights.
Okay.
And there's a black guy down that looks like he's been shot and he's dead.
Okay.
He's laying, and there's multiple people calling right now, I'm thinking.
And of course, the star witness for the prosecution, Rachel Jeantel, Trayvon Martin's friend, who was defiant and later criticized for her attitude in court. We want to warn you, some of the language you're about to hear may be offensive.
Describing the person is what made you think it was racial?
Yes.
And that's because he described him as a creepy-ass cracker?
Yes.
So it was racial, but it was because Trayvon Martin put race in this.
No.
You don't think that's a racial comment?
No.
You don't think that creepy-ass cracker is a racial comment?
No.
George Zimmerman didn't testify on his own behalf, but perhaps he didn't need to. Throughout the trial, we heard 7 statements from Zimmerman about the shooting, and one of them was captured on video, a reenactment he did with investigators one day after he shot and killed Trayvon Martin.
I felt like my body was on the grass and my head was on the cement, and he just kept slamming and slamming. And I kept yelling, help, 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 as loud as I could. He put his hand on his nose, on my nose, and his other hand on my mouth. He said, shut the up. And then I tried squirming again, because all I could think about was when he was hitting my head against it, felt like my head was going to explode.
During the prosecution's cross-examination of Dennis Root, a use of force specialist, John Guy brought in a foam dummy, straddling it to show the jury that George Zimmerman was inconsistent in his statements about Trayvon Martin going for his gun. Then defense attorney Mark OMara decided he would borrow the mannequin for his own demonstration.
Here's his belly button. Am I in the area?
Yes, sir.
Okay. By the way, did you have the defendant do this?
No, sir.
When you talked to him, you didn't have him do that?
No, sir.
Okay. If this person, this mannequin, were carrying a firearm on their waist, where would the gun be right now in relation to me?
Would be at your left inner thigh.
Right here, right?
Yes. If he was right-handed, it would be at your left inner thigh. Yes, sir.
Right. Underneath my leg.
Yes.
Were the injuries on Mr. Zimmerman's back of his head consistent with someone doing this on cement?
I don't think so.
How about this? How about somebody resisting the attempt? The injuries, the 2 lacerations, could that have come from cement? If somebody was resisting me pushing down like this?
I believe so.
Whose theory will the jury believe? We may soon find out. Second-degree murder, manslaughter, or simply not guilty. Don Lemon, CNN, Sanford, Florida.